You think you're in love. But what if the man you love is quietly destroying your soul? Today, I'll tell you the truth no one dares to say. This is not a fairy tale. This is about your value, your happiness, and your truth. Many women lose their light inside relationships. They give everything, but they receive pain in return. Love should not make you feel empty. Today, let's talk about the kind of love that hurts and how to save your soul before it's too late. You are not alone, and this truth will set you free. Chapter 1. When love becomes control. Sometimes love starts sweet and bright, but slowly turns into something heavy. You begin to notice that one person always makes the final choice. At first, you think it means he is strong, but later you realize it means you have no space to breathe. Every plan, every idea, every dream must wait for his approval, and little by little, your own voice becomes smaller. You try to talk, but your words fall like rain on stone. He listens with his eyes closed, already planning what to do without you. You feel invisible, like a guest in your own home. You wonder if this is what love is supposed to feel like. Obedience instead of connection, fear instead of peace. Control often hides behind soft smiles and sweet words. He says, "I'm doing this for us," but the decisions are always for him. When you disagree, you become too emotional. When you ask questions, he says you don't trust him. So you learn to stay quiet, thinking silence will keep the peace. But silence never saves you. It only hides your pain. The control grows in small ways: your clothes, your friends, your dreams. He chooses what is right and wrong for you, until you forget how to choose for yourself. You stop laughing the same way. You stop dressing like you used to. You stop being the woman you were before you met him. Love should be a partnership, not a dictatorship. Real love listens. It doesn't command or punish. Real love says, "Let's decide together," not "do as I say." When someone takes away your power to choose, they also take away your sense of self. Maybe you once thought that giving up parts of yourself was a way to show love. But now you see that true love never asks you to disappear. The more you lose your independence, the more your heart begins to fade. One day you wake up and realize you are living someone else's life. You start to walk on eggshells. Every decision feels dangerous. If you speak too loudly, he gets angry. If you stay quiet, he gets cold. You live between fear and confusion, always trying to please him, never sure what will make him happy. You forget what makes you happy. But deep inside, your soul whispers that this is not right. The real you wants to stand again. The woman who once dreamed, laughed, and felt free is still inside, waiting for courage to open the door. Control can look like love to outsiders. People see pictures online and say, "What a perfect couple." They don't see the tears that fall when no one is watching. They don't hear the words that cut deeper than knives. They don't feel the loneliness of being unheard. Every time you say yes, when your heart says no, a small part of you breaks. You begin to question your worth, your mind, your sanity. But let me tell you, you are not crazy, and you are not weak. You are a person who has been silenced for too long. No one has the right to control your life. Not a husband, not a lover, not anyone. Your feelings, your dreams, your opinions matter. You deserve to be treated as a partner, not property. When you start to believe this truth, everything changes. You begin to take small steps, speaking your truth, setting boundaries, saying no without guilt. The first time will be scary, the second time will be easier, The third time will make you stronger. One day, you will stop asking for permission to exist. You will wake up and realize that love should make you feel safe, not scared. Love should help you grow, not shrink. You will learn to listen to your inner voice, the one that says, "You are enough." You will begin to rebuild your confidence, to see yourself as someone capable and strong. You will remember the woman you used to be, brave, funny, full of light. You will invite her back. You will become her again, but even wiser this time. The pain will not last forever. The fear will not define you. What will remain is your courage. The moment you decide to stop living under control, you will realize that leaving control behind is not losing love. It is finding freedom. The right person will never make you feel small to feel powerful. The right person will see your strength as beauty, not threat. So when someone tells you, "I know what's best for you," smile gently and say, "So do I." That is not rebellion. It is self-respect. You are not born to obey. You are born to live, to create, to share, to love freely. Your heart is not a cage, and your voice is not a crime. True love is equal, honest, kind, and free. It is two hands holding each other, not one pulling the other down. So stand tall, my friend. Open the door. Step outside the prison of control and breathe again. The world is still yours. You just have to take it back. Chapter 2. The Stranger at Home. He doesn't see you. Sometimes, two people can share the same space but live in different worlds. You sit at the same table, eat the same dinner, and sleep under the same roof. Yet your souls never meet. You speak, but your words fall into silence like letters lost in the wind. He is near, but you still feel alone. You try to make him laugh, but his smile is distant. His eyes are on his phone, his mind far away. You start to wonder if you are invisible, if your feelings have become noise. You begin to stop talking, because what's the point when nobody listens? The house feels quiet, but not peaceful. It's a quiet that hurts, the kind that fills the air with distance. Every sound of his phone becomes louder than your voice. Every message he sends to others feels like a message he never sends to you. You remember when you used to talk for hours, sharing dreams and stories. Now, you share nothing but silence. The love that once felt warm now feels like cold air between two people who used to be close. You miss the old version of both of you. Loneliness inside a relationship is one of the deepest pains. It's not about being alone. It's about being unseen. You are there, giving your heart, but he doesn't notice. He only sees your presence, not your feelings. He looks at you, but doesn't see you. You try harder, thinking maybe more love will fix it. You cook, clean, smile, and hope he will notice. But love doesn't grow where attention is gone. It withers like a flower left without sunlight. You start to question yourself. Am I boring? Am I not enough? But it's not your fault. You cannot make someone care if they have stopped trying. You can only choose to care for yourself. Every day feels like a repeat of yesterday. The same silence, the same screen, the same cold good night. The bed feels big even though he sleeps beside you. His body is close, but his heart is miles away. You miss being asked simple things. How was your day? Or what's on your mind? You crave a moment where he looks into your eyes and really listens. But now, even your laughter sounds strange to him. There are nights when you stare at the ceiling, remembering how it felt to be wanted. The tears don't fall loudly anymore. They just roll quietly because even your sadness feels invisible now. You realize that love is not about sharing walls. It's about sharing hearts. A home without emotional connection is just a building. The rooms feel heavy, not because of noise, but because of emptiness. He used to call you beautiful. Now he doesn't even notice when you change your hair. He used to hold your hand. Now his hands are always busy, typing, scrolling, ignoring. It's strange how someone can be everywhere on social media but nowhere in your real life. You try to talk, but the conversation feels like walking on ice. One wrong word, and the moment breaks. So you smile and pretend everything is fine, because pretending feels easier than another cold silence. Sometimes he says, "You're too emotional." But it's not emotion, it's longing. It's the desire to feel seen, to feel loved, to feel connected again. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for the basics of love. A relationship without emotional care is like a song without music. The lyrics may exist, but the melody is gone. And no matter how hard you try to sing alone, it never sounds the same. The worst kind of loneliness is not being single. It's being forgotten by someone who once promised to love you forever. It's sitting next to him and realizing he no longer sees your soul. You begin to understand that love cannot survive without attention. Just like a plant, it needs light, words, and time. When one person stops watering it, the whole garden dies. But don't lose hope. This pain is not the end. It's a signal. It's your heart telling you that you deserve to be seen, heard, and valued. You deserve to be in a love where you can breathe again. You can start by seeing yourself first. Look in the mirror and remember who you are. Not just a wife, not just a partner, but a whole person with dreams and light inside. Your value does not depend on his attention. One day, you will meet someone, or maybe become someone, who listens deeply, who looks at you not just with eyes but with understanding, who finds beauty in your stories and laughter in your soul. Until then, don't let loneliness define your worth. Let it remind you of what you truly need: connection, respect, kindness. These are not luxuries. They are love's foundation. When you feel unseen, shine brighter. When your voice is ignored, speak louder for yourself. You don't need his eyes to feel visible. You only need your courage to see your own light. You can rebuild warmth, even if he doesn't join you. You can fill your days with purpose, your heart with self-love. Happiness will return, not from him, but from you. The world outside your silence is still full of color. Step into it. Make new friends. Learn, create, laugh again. You deserve to be alive, not just existing beside someone who has already left in spirit. Love means care. Love means attention. Love means looking at each other and saying, "I see you." If he doesn't see you anymore, don't disappear. Let him fade, not you. And when you finally stand again, remember, the loneliest nights built the strongest heart. You are not broken. You are becoming real again. You are learning how to love yourself the way he should have loved you. Chapter 3. The Public Idol, Private Critic. He breaks your worth. He smiles for the world, but that smile disappears when the door closes. Outside, he speaks kindly, jokes easily, and everyone says he is such a good man. Inside, his voice changes. Every word you say becomes wrong. Every effort you make becomes small. You begin to wonder which version of him is real: the friendly man others love, or the cold one who speaks to you with sharp eyes. You start to feel like two different worlds exist in one body. In public, he shines. In private, you shrink. When you tell people that he hurts you, they look surprised. He would never do that, they say. Their words make you doubt yourself. Maybe you are too sensitive. Maybe you expect too much. But deep inside, you know the truth. His compliments belong to strangers. His kindness belongs to the crowd. You receive only the tired voice, the sighs, the complaints. He shows patience to others but impatience to you. It feels like being punished for being close. Every joke about you in front of friends feels like a small cut. People laugh, but you force a smile. Later, you cry quietly because even humor has become a weapon. You start to hate laughter because it hides pain. He tells stories about his work, his friends, his successes. You tell stories too, but he interrupts or corrects you. He does not realize that words can kill confidence. Every correction chips a piece of your self-worth away. You work hard to please him, cooking, cleaning, supporting, but appreciation never comes. A simple "thank you" feels like a miracle. Your heart learns to live without it, but your spirit still longs to be seen. Over time, you begin to believe his opinion more than your own. When he says you are lazy, you feel useless. When he says you are dramatic, you start to silence your feelings. This is how control hides inside criticism. Criticism becomes a daily language. It walks beside you at breakfast and follows you to bed. It whispers that you are never good enough. You try to improve, but the target keeps moving. No matter what you do, it's not enough. At family gatherings, he praises other women, their beauty, their success, while ignoring you. You smile politely, but inside your heart shouts, "I am here too." Yet you stay silent because you don't want to ruin the peace. Peace shouldn't mean pain. Real peace comes from respect, not fear. Love is not about who wins the argument. It is about who values the other person's heart. You deserve someone who defends you, not someone who destroys you softly. He blames you for his bad days, his stress, his failures. You become his punching bag for emotions he cannot face. But remember, his pain is not your fault. You are not responsible for healing someone who refuses to heal himself. Some days you wake up early just to enjoy the quiet before he speaks. Silence becomes your small escape, a place where you can breathe without judgment. In that silence, you remember who you are. You are not the words he calls you. You are not the mistakes he repeats in your face. You are a person full of strength, kindness, and dreams that deserve space. His criticism cannot erase your truth. There will come a moment when his words no longer define you. You will stop waiting for approval and start giving it to yourself. You will look in the mirror and see a survivor, not a victim. People who love to shine in public often fear their own shadows. His behavior says more about his insecurity than about your worth. The brighter you are, the more he feels small. That is why he tries to dim your light. But you don't need to hide your light anymore. Let it grow. Let it fill the room he tried to darken. When you shine, you remind yourself that kindness can exist without cruelty. You begin to set gentle boundaries. You learn to say, "Please don't speak to me like that." The first time, your voice shakes. The next time, it stands firm. Every boundary is a step toward freedom. You also learn forgiveness, not for him, but for yourself. You forgive yourself for staying too long, for believing the lies, for forgetting your own beauty. Forgiveness is the door back to peace. The day will come when his opinion no longer matters. You will walk outside, feel the sun, and realize that you no longer need his praise to feel valuable. Your value was never in his words, it was always in your heart. Love should lift, not crush. Respect should heal, not harm. The right person will never use jokes to break you or silence to punish you. They will celebrate your light and protect your heart. If someone loves being admired but cannot give admiration back, they are not ready for real love. Real love is equal, honest, and gentle. It is not about power, it is about partnership. So stop shrinking to fit his shadow. Step forward into your own light. You have the right to be seen, to be heard, and to be loved with kindness. When you finally choose yourself, the world feels different. Colors return, laughter becomes real, and peace lives inside your chest again. That is what freedom feels like. Soft, calm, and true. And when people ask, "What happened?" you can smile and say, "I stopped believing lies about my worth." Because the truth is simple. Your worth was never broken. It was only hidden beneath his noise. You are free now. Keep shining. Chapter 4. Rebuilding yourself. You are a gem. One morning, you look in the mirror and see someone tired but still standing. You touch your face, your scars, your tired eyes, and you whisper, "I am still here." That small sentence becomes your first act of power. You start to realize that healing is not a single day. It's a slow sunrise after a long night. It comes in small moments, a smile, a deep breath, a quiet coffee. You don't need to rush, you just need to begin. Every step you take away from pain is a step toward yourself. You used to walk on eggshells. Now you walk on your own ground. The world feels new again, and so do you. You remember the things you love: music, books, sunlight, the smell of rain. They were always there, waiting for you to return. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to yourself. You begin to learn again, not for anyone's approval, but for your growth. Every new word, every new skill becomes a small brick in the home you are rebuilding inside your heart. People may not understand your journey, but that's okay. Healing is not a show. It's a private garden. You water it quietly until it blooms, and when it blooms, the whole world will feel its fragrance. Sometimes, memories return like shadows. You feel the old pain trying to whisper again. But now, you answer softly. You no longer control me. That is what strength sounds like. Calm, not loud. You forgive yourself for the times you stayed silent, for believing less of yourself, for trying to fix others while breaking inside. Forgiveness is the gentle key that opens the door to peace. You learn to say no without fear. You learn to say yes without guilt. Every boundary you set is a message. I respect myself now. That is how freedom begins, not with shouting, but with self-respect. There are days when loneliness visits again, but this time it doesn't hurt the same. You have built comfort inside yourself. You sit with your own company and realize you are enough. You start to smile again, not for anyone's approval, but because joy lives inside you now. Even small moments like sunlight on your skin feel like blessings. You rediscover your dreams, the ones you forgot when you were busy surviving. They return softly, asking, "Can we try again?" And you answer, "Yes, it's our turn now." You begin to take care of your body, walking, resting, eating with love. You realize that self-care is not selfish. It's the language of survival, the proof that you matter. The mirror becomes your friend, not your judge. Each morning you look and say, "I am worthy, I am learning, I am healing." The reflection smiles back, proud of how far you've come. You meet new people who see you differently. They don't compare or control. They listen. They laugh with you, not at you. You realize that real love feels peaceful, not painful. You no longer chase validation. You build it from within. When someone compliments you, it feels nice, but it's no longer necessary. Your worth no longer depends on anyone's words. There will still be hard days, but now you know how to hold your own hand through them. You breathe, rest, and remind yourself that bad days don't mean a bad life. You start dreaming bigger, travel, create, learn, explore. You no longer ask, "Can I?" You say, "Why not?" That small change in thought opens doors you never saw before. You help others heal too. When someone feels small, you tell them, "You are a gem." You are strong because you know how it feels to forget your light and how powerful it is to find it again. Your past no longer defines you, it teaches you. Every scar becomes a line in your story, proof that you fought and survived and became wiser. You no longer see yourself as broken. You see yourself as rare. Just like a gem, pressure didn't destroy you. It shaped you. You shine because of what you've been through. People who once looked down on you will see your rise and wonder how you did it. You won't need to explain. Your peace will speak louder than any words. You start to build your own world. One decision, one habit, one smile at a time. And it feels amazing to live by your own design. You thank the past version of yourself for surviving. You thank the present you for growing. And you thank the future you for waiting patiently. You have finally become your own home. And one day, you will look in the mirror again, this time with full eyes, soft heart, and say, "I did it. I rebuilt myself. I am a gem, and I will never forget my shine again." Chapter 5. Don't settle. Design your life. There comes a moment when you stop waiting for someone to save you. You realize that the hero you were looking for has always been inside you. You pick up the pieces of your heart and decide to build again, but this time on your own terms. You understand now that love is not meant to hurt. Real love lifts you, not breaks you. It helps you breathe easier, not cry in silence. You deserve the kind of peace that feels like home. Every pain you once felt becomes a lesson. You no longer regret your past. You thank it for teaching you what real happiness looks like. Pain made you wiser and wisdom made you strong. You start choosing peace over chaos. You no longer chase people who walk away. You stop begging for attention. Instead, you give that love to yourself. Every single day. You learn that being alone is not the same as being lonely. Alone is peaceful when you love who you are. It is the space where you grow, heal, and prepare for something better. You begin to see your life as art. Every dream, every habit, every smile is a color on your canvas. You hold the brush now, and you no longer let anyone paint over your masterpiece. You remember times when you accepted less because you were afraid of losing someone. Now, you know the truth. Losing yourself is the biggest loss of all. You will never let that happen again. You no longer want perfect love. You want real love, honest, kind, patient, and equal. You want a love that helps you rise, not one that holds you down. There is power in saying no. You say no to pain, no to manipulation, no to being invisible. And each no you speak becomes a strong yes to yourself. You stop comparing your life to others. Their timeline is not yours. Your story is different, and that difference makes you beautiful. You are walking your own path, step by step, at your own speed. You learn to protect your peace like a treasure. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. You give it only to those who value it, who handle it gently, who add light instead of darkness. You wake up one day and feel proud. You realize that you no longer cry for what you lost. You smile for what you found, yourself. That's the kind of healing no one can take away. Your dreams start calling you again, louder this time. You write them down. You plan. You move. Because now you believe you can. You no longer wait for permission. You give yourself permission. You start small, but you start. Every little action builds your confidence. One day, you look back and see how far you've come, and it feels like magic. You understand that self-worth is not a destination. It's a daily decision. Every morning you wake up and choose to respect yourself again, no matter what happened yesterday. You speak to yourself with kindness. You say, "I'm proud of you," instead of, "I'm not enough." Those words become your protection, your power, your peace. You start creating a life that feels like you, your colors, your rhythm, your values. You fill your world with laughter, learning, and love that feels light. You stop explaining your worth. You no longer try to convince anyone to stay. You understand that people who truly care will never make you beg. The mirror no longer shows your pain. It reflects your strength. You smile and see a woman who rebuilt her life from dust to diamonds. You see the survivor who became a creator. You learn that success is not about money or fame. It is about peace of mind and freedom of heart. When you sleep well at night, knowing you stayed true to yourself, that is real success. You begin to help others see their light too. You tell them, "Don't settle for less. You are enough." Your voice becomes a reminder to others that love without respect is not love at all. You design your days with joy. You wake up grateful, eat slowly, walk in nature, and appreciate little things. Life starts feeling soft again, and you realize, this is what peace looks like. You look at your future with excitement, not fear. You know that storms may come again, but you also know you can survive them. You trust yourself now, and that changes everything. You no longer chase love. You attract it, the kind that matches your peace, your energy, your truth. You attract people who love the real you. And finally, you smile and whisper to your heart, "I did it." You didn't settle. You designed your life. You turned pain into purpose and built beauty from brokenness. That is your masterpiece, and it shines with your name. If this message touched your heart, write in the comments, "I deserve better." You are stronger than you think. You are not broken. You are becoming whole again. Like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs hope today. Easy English Official. Learn English. Live strong. Love yourself.